back again with another one, and we here with +6 Goku, 7 or 8 if you want to include the replacement effects. But this is something I always liked. Like, this is from set 8, or the Unity block. I think that was the ceiling of our game, and a lot of nuance came from that. And like afterwards, we got like surge leaders, which kind of like solidified our deck building from what we were doing between sets 1 and 2 heavy, all the way capsulated to set 6 to 8 heavy. These were like the ceiling before we got surge leaders. I'll say that. But this has good advantage, but played by the old I have to attack a leader to draw scenario. But this based around revive. Revive is when one of your cards with revive is KO'd, you can pitch a blue and a green or a blue-green card to bring it back. That is the mechanic. That's what we built the deck around, because that's what our leader gives us value back to do. On this side, I draw a card when I revive. On the back side, it's untapped 1, draw 1. I draw 2 when I revive, and from the front side, you're getting potentially 1, 2. Back sides, you're getting 1, 2, 3 effective cards back when you indulge in those mechanics. Then we'll count up the numbers, because like that right there is like, also I forgot to mention, it's a once per turn effect, so you can net 3 cards on the front side and 4 cards on the back side, because you can trigger the draw 2 on your opponent's turn and in your turn. So effectively plusing 5 or seeing 5 new cards, however you want to count the numbers. But you're drawing a lot in this deck. This is a 60 card list. Eventually I'll cut it down, because this is like the framework of my base list. We got 2 of the Gokus. Let me just get a close see. Battling with the Emperor. This is a blue-green list, if you didn't notice. Shumai the Cunning. 2 of the Piccolo is active battle. I can use it on both players' turn. And we got Tekken the OG, Master and Pupil, Piccolo, a little bit of hand control. This covers a very interesting interaction we'll get back to later in the video. And sometimes paying 2 and 3 may be rough, but if you're going first or have the energy marker, I like going into this play, which sets this up or this up depending on the match, which way I want to go. It also helps us get closer to our awaken, because we awaken at 4. There's no alternative awaken, sadly. Then getting some more utility as far as the green side, Sadness and Rage Gohan, SSU Gohan. This is just to help us get to our awaken a little bit faster. You just play this, then warp it, and then at the end of the next turn, you take up to 2 life. Helps us awaken by turn 2, turn 3. Then we got 3 of Dr. Euro. Really good card paired with your revival cards, because when it's pitched or discarded, you get to play it. This is our big shaker and mover from set 27, that whole set need to be reprinted because most of the SRs is still power cards that we still going to use for the next 5 or 6 sets. Then we got a split of super combos, Beetle, just a Tuck super combo, and our team up attack, which this lead into the second part of our deck, or the second portion, which for this list, you're probably going to have like 2 or 3 variations that you'll probably see on the channel. We're diving into Androids because I felt Androids had a pretty cool synergy with this deck. So we got 2, which basically searches our blue extra cards off the top 7. That's the pay 1 searcher. This is the free searcher. She searches our deck for top 5 for Android. What is our search targets? Her, obviously. Android 21. If I have it open in hand, I like to have that as my last or my first charge and just let the opponent look at it, because that is how we burn the opponent if we push them down to 1. Then we have Android 17 Wildlife, which synergizes with our searcher because we can search our free energy. Then we rocking 2 Android 16. This is like one of the best blue-green cards that you can play without having to be an Android leader, which is important. And sadly, I'm kind of sad that Androids have the best blue and green. But getting on to our last few, our overrealm of choice, because we put out the pressure, and because this is very easy to trigger, because we got the Vegeta X cards, but you can, there's a variety of SCR choices you can run, but I chose that for reasons. 3 Dormants, 3 Sensu Bean Resurrection, because we're very defensive on our turns, and like for most decks I would advocate 4 or 5 energy and you're done, but this deck you can charge actively higher because you're actively not only playing on your turn, but you're playing on your opponent's turn, and you'll need extra energy to do that. Focus Breakthrough, just to push through battle card floodgates or disrupt setups. We playing a green Saiyan leader. If you didn't know, our leader is green by the bottom, where the border is. Even though it's kind of hard to tell with the old artwork. Then we got Feet Command Man. Give us crit. 2 Freezer Army Healing Pod, because we have to discard to revive. This kind of helps us break even. Or with the Dr. Uriel, it's a +2. Or plus X, depending on which side of the leader you're on, because you do get the advantage for reviving. Then also, these, fun fact, are searchable off the 18, along with an Impressence, which I like to do this, make them think they getting the 2 free cards off my leader, and then hit them with the feet, and 3 beam. Blue has such nice splashability. 2 shocking, just there's a lot of 1-drops in the game. I think this is more than relevant that every green deck should be running Shocking Death Ball again. And 2 Homicidal Clones. Even though we play a lot of blockers, we don't slack off on our defensive negates. And last card, actually the real last card, is Charismatic Green, because we are running some unisons in the Z deck. What are they? For our green part, we're running along if I want to do some hand controlling. This, if I late game, if I want to survive with dormant. Father's help, just good card value. And another green unison that let me play dormant safely. Then for our blue aspect of it, we got Son Goku Final Battle, Android 18, and that is it's with the battle cards. I meant the 5 unisons. And then we run 4 battle cards. This Mr. Worldwide World Tour, if it's blue on the deck, we're running it. Help Us Awaken. Help us with getting rid of unisons, and also can help trigger revive. I might bump this up to 2. I just don't know what's cut. Then Piccolo powered up. Barrier removal out the Z deck. And you fool, just because getting onto the side deck. Before that, let me just explain the other interactions we got through the main deck. Let me just clean this up right quick. Another cool interaction. This is one that I'll give. That's freebie. Let's say I had this set up turn 3. I was at 5. I played this, and then played this from my deck. Boom. Awakened. Did all that. This setup right here, most likely they're going to attack the unison first just to play around charismatic, because you always got to be wary of charismatic. You can use your dormant potential. Where am I? Dormant. Oh, here you go. The dormant. And then trigger this effect, which makes a soft lock, just like in the cell deck with the other cell when you're dormanting behind that cell, where you can dormant doesn't negate the attack, but this will if it's on the field. That's why I kind of kept the old combo that came with this, or this was, I think this came out around the Surge, which was pretty good for this. A set late, or half a set later, because that was one of those in between sets. But people ran this and Surge Piccolo, or at the beginning. But so the first tech, then you have your token negates to use, or 9 times out of 10 you use the Bardock to make this a blocker, so you can just negate and then you have a blocker. That interaction is pretty consistent in here, or they have to jump through hoops just to break that up. But that was one thing. Now let's get on to the side deck. Side deck, we got Secret ID, Desperate Measures. We're never short on the counterplays. Board wipe. If they want to play on our turn. Board wipe. This is why we run our You Fool, and also a secret finisher. Board wipe, because we're playing blue-green. Barrier removal. If I didn't run it, the whole green community would be mad at me for not running a Solidarity. Then we got the other essentials. We got a Gohan. We got Cheers to Strength. This combos well with the peel-off that's in our deck that keeps our opponent at bay and keep their Z energy low from having that as an option to play out of the situation you're going to put them in. Then we got cards for blue and hand destruction. And if I want to go that route, we got prospects. Just face all the decks that play big bodies early. We just keep them on point because we were running the keep them honest because we were running the Goku Frieza. If we think they're gonna do something ridiculous, just go into this first before you go into the green ones. So you can have like breathing room to get into your revive plays without being overwhelmed. And that is the list. I kind of wanted to explore two other variants. I'll just show you like a preview. We'll get to that eventually. Leaning into more of a Goku Saiyan focused one. There's layers. And the one I had in mind originally is this one right here. Let me see the cards. I originally was drawing this in here, but still was trying to find a way to make it consistent. Still gonna eventually go to this, but just to start off, I wanted to try with androids because I know the androids had really good blue and green stuff, so I can work with. This package I'm gonna use again and another deck coming up. I know I was talking about it with a few friends, but definitely gonna see some interesting interactions with this deck. The ceiling on this is quite high. The only downside is like no alternative awakening, but this I still think this even without that this deck is still strong. Would like to see some support for it that's directly theme based, but it's been a while. But we're gonna leave it off at that and catch y'all on the next one. Love to hear your thoughts and what y'all cooking up. Let me know, cause we was definitely doing some big brain stuff with this. Catch you later.